Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're checking out the new hero that's just dropped, which is Kalene. Now, I didn't realize from the portrait, when I first saw the portrait, that she was going to be this sick. So up there in my top 2 favorite characters just by design, because she's got the pets, she's got this like hellhound thing, and she summons multiple of them. Anything that's this cool of design deserves a good spot, and I actually think she sounds pretty wicked, and hoping that she can actually join in the meta because she does have a lot going for her. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll definitely test her out on Chiasma. But let's go through the skills and check her out. Okay, so her ultimate ability has a passive to it. It's called Blood Ritual. At the start of it, which is the passive part, at the start of battle, the enemy with the lowest defense is chosen to become a blood sacrifice. Once they die, she'll choose another victim and giving priority to heroes as opposed to like ads like, you know, Grizzle skeletons and stuff like that. When actively used, she manifests a blood altar under the sacrifice's feet, silencing all enemies that are within it. After 3 seconds, the blood ritual is complete, and Kalene deals... I don't even know if that's how I'm supposed to say her name, but you know, that's how I'm saying it. She deals 400% attack damage to all enemies within the altar. Once again, we've got massive descriptions here. If the blood sacrifice is still alive, all enemies within the altar receive additional damage equal to 6% of the blood sacrifice's health, and it's capped. That does go up to 10% max health, capped at 600% of her attack rating. So basically, as a passive, she chooses a sacrifice. If they die, she chooses another one, and then her ultimate is going to deal some massive damage, silence enemies, and that sort of stuff. Is the basic gist behind it. Next up, we have Necro Hound. These things are sick. When enemies are near to Kalene, she commands her Necro Hound to attack, dealing 280% of her attack rating as damage to nearby enemies. That knocks them back and stuns them for 3 seconds with skill ups. Not too bad. So if they get close to her, she's going to do that. Not sure on the range of this one. Done a little bit of testing. But still, you know, it's a stun. It's not too bad. Then we've got this one. She got another passive in this one. She's full of passives, which I think really synchronize well with the rest of her kit. So this one, each time a new blood sacrifice appears, so like if one dies and so forth, she's also got her furniture, which ties into this as well. The Necro Hound forms an ethereal spirit. I hope I said that word right. The spirit possesses 120% of Kalene's attack rating and cannot be attacked. Each time the spirit deals damage, 30% of the dealt damage is converted into health for Kalene. If the spirit is attacking the blood sacrifice, 100% of the damage dealt is converted into health for Kalene. A maximum of 5 ethereal spirits. I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but hey, we're going to stick with it. A maximum of 5 spirits can exist on the battlefield. When actively used, it's also got an active part of it. When actively used, Kalene commands the ethereal spirits to charge towards the enemy currently farthest away from themselves, dealing damage equal to 300% of her attack rating and terrifying them for 2 seconds. And with 30 engraving, it goes up to a 4-second terrify. I don't think that's going to be a must-have, but it's not too bad extending that CC. Then, once again, we've got her last basic skill, which also has a passive. At the start of battle, she increases her own max health by 40%. And this does go up to, what is it? Is it 70%? No, that's that. Allied heroes, where is it? It goes up to 60% with skill ups. Kind of like Cirrus type ability, maintaining the current percentage of health that she already has, but she actually maintains that percentage. She just gets a big buff to her max health, after which she loses 2% of her max health every second. When actively used, she continuously casts spells using blood as a medium to torture the current blood sacrifice. Now, keep in mind, this is the torturing ability. It comes into play with when we look at signature item and furniture. So this is the torturing ability for 4 seconds, causing them to lose health equal to 125% of her attack rating every second, but will not result in their death. While she's torturing her victim, the damage she receives is reduced by 60%. Skill ups take that to 70%. And if she successfully tortures her victim for 4 seconds, she recovers 50% of her max health. She cannot use her ultimate ability while this skill is in use. So it's a pretty decent ability. She just sits there, she channels it, and she gains health back if it goes for 4 seconds, and she deals some nice damage, gets some good mitigation. It's actually a really solid ability once we look at the tie-ins that we have with the signature signature item. And then allied heroes deal 50% more damage to the tortured enemy is what is going to be the 60 engraving. So I think this could have some use in boss fights. I'm keen to test her in boss fights to see what she can do, because getting that extra damage is going to be really nice. Now we look at her signature item. She recovers 2% health per second while torturing her victim. It goes up to 2.5 at level 10. Then at level 20, she's immune to control effects while torturing her blood sacrifice. This is huge because while she's torturing with that ability, she's going to be taking 70% less damage. And if she channels it, she's going to get 50% heal. And because she can no longer be CC'd, the only way to stop her is to kill her. So as long as she doesn't die while she's channeling this, she's going to get a massive heal. It's a really nice 20 signature item. So I think like mandatory 20 for her. But then we go on to the 30. While torturing the blood sacrifice, if they are a boss, this is cool, they shall additionally lose health equal to 125% of her attack rating every second. If the blood sacrifice is not a boss, she will immediately butcher them when their health falls below 10%. So that's like a Nara kill, like an Ezio kill type thing, if we look at that. So really, really nice ability on the 30th that I like. Like I said, if she's good in bosses, that'll be really nice. The butchering at 10% is nice as well, but we'll have to see. I think 20 is mandatory, and then I'll have to do some testing at level 30. Then we check out the furniture. So if it ever loads here, we'll be able to check it out. So while Kalene's ultimate skill is in effect, which is like that silence thing that she puts around, and then it silences the enemies and deals some massive damage when it ends. While it's in effect, enemies within the altar are dealt 240% of her attack rating as damage per second. So you get some nice AoE damage with it. It's actually a decent range as well, a decent radius. Then we have at level 9, when the current blood sacrifice's health falls below 50% or they have survived more than 6 seconds, she may choose another blood sacrifice so that they're up to 2 blood sacrifices on the battlefield. So this is really, really nice because when she does choose another blood sacrifice, she will get another one of those hounds, which have a good chunk of attack and they can deal some massive damage. They've got the extra active attack tied into them where they'll attack an enemy and terrify them. So really nice that she has that ability in her furniture to be able to get a second hound out. So I really do like this kit. I like the pets. I like everything about it. So let's go ahead and check her out quickly. We'll look at her in the simple one to see her abilities. Man, this hotel Wi-Fi sucks. Can we please load this thing? Can we please? 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 Yes, there we go. Okay, nice. All right, so let's jump into this one. We'll put it on auto. So you can see the little hound behind the sacrifice. Really nice. That sacrifice dies. She chooses another sacrifice. Now those hounds went and attacked another enemy because it was the furthest one. So once this sacrifice up here dies, you'll see she gets another hound. So now we got, how many hounds have we got? 2 or 3? Okay, so now we're at 3 hounds there. So you can see she can start stacking them up. I love that she's got the other hound next to her. And that is the area of her ultimate ability, which isn't too bad. And these things deal some nice damage as well. So let's just bounce out of that. That gives you a demonstration of her abilities. Something that I tried in here was just basically having Rowan here just to get taken by the Nara so she doesn't get taken. And then just putting Arthur in here. And then we just hit battle. And you can see what she kind of does here. So she chooses a target, then she gets the one hound out, which is really nice. They can't be affected. You're getting nice healing because the hound is actually attacking one of her targets. She gets some pretty decent healing from it. Now she's about to do her ultimate ability, which is going to be really nice. And obviously I know this one works because I've tried it before. And there's that big, big juicy heal. And as you can see, like, because she's got multiple sacrifices, that ultimate hits multiple spots. So if you have enemies grouped up, because those circles are going to deal damage, I'm pretty sure each one of them will deal extra damage. And I think it's just going to snowball super hard. I think she's going to be a godly carry for the early game as well. Although you might need her furniture to make it that way. So maybe you need her ascended, but like I just think her kit leans really heavily into being a really strong carry for early game players, but also I think she can have the damage and the control to actually put some effect into the end game. Now, if you're pushing peak deficits, we'll test it on Kiasma. I don't know if she'll be as good because, you know, she does get the 70% mitigation. Because damage is so high, it might not be enough to keep her alive, but she might be a back row unit that relies on the extra damage, the silencing effect from her AoE. Maybe like in a chicken comp. I know I always mention chicken, but like, you know, just in a straight chicken comp, don't even worry about Euron. Just group the enemies up on the other side of the field, maybe with Queen, stuff like that. I don't know. I just like that sort of concept that she can do. But I just think overall her kit is quite solid. She's a cool looking hero. She's got pets. I'm all about it. So that is going to be it for what did I say her name was? Kalene? Is that it? Dude, I suck at names. What was it? Kalene. There we go. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.